Hello and welcome to the kitchen table this Wednesday. It's good to gather together again. Alison Southern here from Melksham Team Ministry. We are in the beginning of Advent, and this evening we're going to be having an Advent course which is going to give us a chance to think about the story, the hope that we find in Christ, to have that period of waiting that is Advent as we prepare to meet the Christ child again. This week has also seen us celebrate St. Andrew, and I shared with you on Monday some of the story of St. Andrew, just a little snippet of his life. But that snippet of his life really did lead me on a journey of thinking about what it was to be a leader of a church, what it was to journey out and spread the good news of the gospel. Andrew was a fervent believer in Christ. He knew Christ, walked with him, and after the death and resurrection, he went out across the world to Russia, to Greece, to so many countries that would have had different situations, different understandings. He was walking into a nation that would have had other gods that they worshipped. The divisions that might have brought about, the potential for anxiety, the potential for rowing, warring over who's right, who's wrong. But Andrew went out and he showed love. Love into every situation. Love and the story of Christ. Now, life is very, very difficult at the moment, and there is potential for upheaval in every nation in our world. The other day, I'm sure Derek won't mind me sharing with you, he read an article about Donald Trump, and anyone who knows my Derek and who has ever watched his Facebook page will know that Donald Trump has managed to wind Derek up more often than anybody else I think I've ever known in Derek's life. The frustrations of the apparent leadership or different leadership style with Donald Trump has often made Derek very, very cross. But he read an article the other day about just the fact that going into somewhere different with a different point of view, vilifying others, making them into the evil and the bad one, doesn't solve anything. It just creates more and more division. But when you go in and you love, there isn't room for hate. So Derek looked at the way he was thinking about Donald Trump and his actions and the things that he found difficult and doesn't like about those actions, and considered how he might actually deal with them in love rather than in anger, in love rather than in hate, in love rather than through belittling. The power of love is greater than anything else. We have our own government here trying desperately to deal with the COVID situation in our country. We are leaving lockdown. We are going into a tier 2 situation in Wiltshire, and across our nation we are trying to work out how we find that balance between love and care for one another, how we manage to support all of the different areas of our lives. That's businesses, the public sector. How do we love and care? Do we use whatever it is that angers us to create something else to batter or to bleat about, to read hate in the newspapers that we read, to pass judgment maybe on our Facebook pages? All of those things are so easy to do when we are stressed and angry, maybe feeling vulnerable ourselves. It's so easy to hit out, to blame everyone else, everything else. But at the end of the day, you and I have responsibility. We have responsibility for ourselves and also for the care of others. That's even care for others that we might not like, we might not agree with, we might not understand. But when we enter into any of those relationships or situations, and when we enter them with love in our hearts and hope for our future, then we can make a difference. We can stop being keyboard warriors of anger and bitterness and blame, and we can start being keyboard warriors of love, of justice, of listening to each other's stories and helping each other to heal. Those are the possibilities for this Advent season. Those are the possibilities for your life and for mine. And yes, the world will continue to tumble around us with division, with anxiety, all of those pressures. But when you and I make a difference in those relationships close to us and in those relationships that others have further away, the world does change. We don't do those things on our own. I believe Jesus walks with us, helps us, and shows us the way. But whether you know Jesus or whether you don't, I'm guessing, I'm praying that you know love. And love is enough to change your world. Have a good Advent. Maybe show a little love to one another as you decorate your trees in your gardens with the words of carols, as you smile at people when you walk around busy supermarkets, and as you care enough to say, "How are you?" at the end of a phone. Love in action. Our neighbourhood will thrive and our world will flourish. Take care. God bless. See you soon.